Greetings and salutations to you all once again. It is me, the Ravenous Spectre, and this is a gushing video that I just had to make. I really had to do this. I mean, obviously I haven't gotten all the way through the game, but I've spent almost 10 hours playing it, and I gotta say, I'm loving everything about it. I absolutely am. Um, I don't know how long it's going to take me to get through it. I've heard just to go through the main story it would take 30 hours, and I think close to 60 hours if you want to do everything in the game. Don't know, have to feel that out when I actually get to that point. Um, but I swear, dude, I am loving this game. This is already one of my games of the year. And there it is right there, Horizon Zero Dawn. Holy freaking crap, this is an amazing game. It was well worth the wait because we thought it was going to come out a little earlier than usual. There isn't no disc or anything in there, you know, this little pretty background back there. Whereas I guess you could flip it from the inside out, you know, to have that there, but I'd much rather just have the regular case there itself. Didn't get any special edition, didn't do anything like that. I don't really bother with special editions anymore, collector's editions or nothing like that, because I just don't. I think the prices for them are way too high, and it seems like anything you usually get in collector's editions and whatnot, it's pretty much kind of all the same thing, you know. I mean, I haven't seen one yet that's really grabbed my attention, to be quite honest, but I mean, from what I have seen from unboxing videos, it does look really cool. It absolutely does. But just, you know, not for me. The last real special edition that I got was for Assassin's Creed. I don't know which one it was for. I think it was for Brotherhood or Revelations. I'm not necessarily sure, but it was the box version that had the Jack in the Box in it. You know, the one with the little I guess court gesture or something, and you would turn it and he would pop it out and he had the little daggers or something in his hand, something like that. That was really cool, but I got rid of that. But yeah, that was actually a gift that my ex had given me, and yeah, we had a falling out, and nothing happened with us anymore. And I said, "Well, the hell of it, I'm gonna hell with it. I'm gonna get rid of my stuff dealing with her." And you know, like a crazy person, I went ahead and just got rid of it. You know, I didn't care. I was like, "Well, hell, I didn't buy it. What the fuck do I care?" You know, but I really should. I really, you know, considering it was a collector's edition, I probably should have just went ahead and kept it and sold it or did something with it, you know, but I wasn't really thinking at that point in time, and I was really pissed off. But anyways, I'm getting aside myself there. This is an amazing game. I absolutely love this game. This is all the more reason why, and I'm not trying to fanboy or nothing here, but, you know, the facts are the facts. When it comes down to exclusives, Sony knows how to do exclusives. I mean, yeah, I have my qualms with Sony, but when you really boil it down, right next to Nintendo and PC, because PC has its exclusives as well as Nintendo, when it comes to each platform having their own exclusives, you know, Sony really does knock it out of the park, as well as Nintendo and PC as well. But I've just been gushing over this game so freaking much. I love it. I love the visuals. I love the colors. I love the action. I love the fact of the open world is so massive. I love how it's just strange how there's like this mixture of futuristic and like hunter-gatherer times mixed together, like a futuristic sci-fi thing. It's just a really cool combination. It's like I've never really seen anything like that before. Never really seen anything like that that would ever happen in a game per se or a movie or nothing like that. But if you guys know of any games or movies that are kind of like that, then leave some comments below because I definitely would like to check them out. But I've never seen a game that ever really embraced it like this game has. Um, the controls are smooth in it, really good. The action in it is really awesome. You get this real sense of adrenaline when you're facing against the mechanical robots that you face in the game, besides human bandits that you also end up fighting as well. Who knows, there may be something else later in the game that I don't know about that you have to fight against. I have no clue, but it's amazing, dude. It is so gratifying to be in a massive fight with a bunch of these different mechanical animals and taking them down and just using all the tools that you really have at your disposal that you can use to just go against these things and like sneaking into bandit camps and taking down bandits and liberating them for that sounds a little crazy, doesn't it? It sounds a little like Far Cry-ish, if you will. But regardless of that, I mean, liberating those bandit camps and having them be like a fast travel point for yourself. That's one thing I can say about the fast travel thing that kind of gets to me. It's like you have to actually create a fast travel pack out of like meats and skins and stuff that you'll collect from actual animals in the game. And it's like, why couldn't I just go ahead and fast travel like any other game? You know, if I find a spot, I can go ahead and just fast travel to it. I don't know why they did that. It doesn't matter. It's okay. I end up getting an overabundance of supplies anyway, so I just go ahead and just make them. Just have a whole lot on deck, so I don't have to travel here and yonder and all over the place. And like one of the other really cool things is just being able to take over another one of those robotic animals and turning it to your will and having it fight against other robotic like dinosaur, prehistoric animals, whatever, and you're fighting alongside of it and silently taking down silently, hiding in the brush and bushes and whatnot and taking them down while your little mechanical animal that you ended up taking over ends up fighting for you and assisting you and all that. Some of them you can ride, other ones you can't, but you can still utilize them to assist you. And it's crazy because like the ones that I've ended up coming across that have actually been fighting against my enemies, it's like they would take them down in like 1 to 2 hits. I'm like, good God. I was like, Aloy must have like some kind of. It's kind of funny her name is Aloy because it's like it's a metal age metal. It's like the old metal age and like the new age of hunter gatherer kind of thing. And her name is Aloy. It almost sounds like alloy. It's crazy. It's pretty cool though, but honestly, but it's really cool to be able to go in there and take down these mechanical animals and utilize their parts to be able to build like arrows and traps and other things like that. And the world is gorgeous. The world is big. It is gorgeous. It is, I don't know how many screenshots that I've taken. I cannot praise this game enough. I mean, you guys, if you have a PlayStation 4, you definitely need to get this game. Yeah, I mean, because I love open world games, and this is honestly to me like one of those open world games that I've never really seen before. And it's crazy because like there was a certain there's no spoilers here obviously, but there was just a certain point in the game that I went to where it seems like for a certain period of time or whatever, the art direction was just flipped on its head, and then it just like it did a 180-degree turn or whatever, and then it came back, and then it was like back to what it was originally. But I swear, dude, this is definitely one of my games of the year, and to me, it just further goes to show how one reason why I've always liked PlayStation for such a long period of time, ever since the first PlayStation came out, is because they always have these great exclusives. They always do. And I know some people are like, well, I wish that, all games could be on all systems. Well, if that were to happen, you wouldn't have competition. And if you don't have competition, the developers and publishers aren't going to do their all to be able to try to make these games as best as they possibly can to compete against other platforms who have their own exclusives too. If everything was the same, then there would be no reason for us to just buy different systems. Everything would, if everything was the same, it pretty much would just boil down to people just picking one specific platform they're just going to stick with the whole entire time, and then all the games will be all across. Well, you know what I'm talking about. It's just, it doesn't, to me, that just, I don't like that. It doesn't really give me any real incentive to invest in a certain system or whatever the case may be. And this game is, if anybody doesn't have a PlayStation 4 out there, this is a game that should definitely turn your head. It should definitely make you think, oh my God, I really want to get a PlayStation 4 now. because this game is insane. I have loved everything about it from the moment that I started to up until the point where I'm at now. You know, I've gotten almost 10 hours into the game. I have no idea how much more farther I got to go. I haven't even explored half of the map. I maybe like a quarter of it. I don't know, but it's insane. It is crazy. I know I've been holding this up the whole time doing this. Let's just flip to the back for the hell of it. It is. It's. I can't gush enough about it. I really can't. And it it kind of gets to me a little bit. You know, just going a little aside here, since actually Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild is supposed to be out this Friday, I believe, since the Nintendo Switch is going to be launching, and this is coming out right behind. I mean, Legend of Zelda is coming out right after this, so it's like, damn. I was like, I need to try to see if I can at least finish the main story at least before I get into playing Zelda, because there you got a whole nother massive world to explore, and it's just in Zelda, you know, obviously, and it's just like, oh my god, you know, and it kind of makes me think. I'm like, why is it that Microsoft isn't doing this for their platform? They're just canceling title after title after title. Really, the only thing that you can really look at when it comes to dealing with Xbox is Halo and Gears of War. That's like two. I mean, they used to have the Dead Rising series, and from what I've heard, Dead Rising 4 is actually going to be on PlayStation 4 after a year of it being on Xbox One. You know, the whole timed exclusive crap. So that's another one out the door. That's not exclusive to Xbox anymore if it's going to end up being on PlayStation 4. You know, and of course, Scalebound got canceled and Fable Legends got canceled. I'm just like, you know, I'm really to the point where I want to sell my Xbox. I want to, because I'm pretty much just done with it, because it really seems to me like at least it seems to me like Xbox isn't really trying their all to try to have some exclusive titles to grab people towards their system. They have a couple little handfuls here and there, but if you really kind of put it down and put it up against PC, Nintendo, and PlayStation, this like Xbox really doesn't have any competition when it comes to dealing with exclusives. At least that's what it feels like. And I mean, granted, Nintendo really, it's, as far as I'm concerned, Nintendo needs to get on the ball in terms of actually all these other franchises and series that they're sitting on, and they're not putting them out there. I'm like, yeah, come on, Nintendo. You know, like F-Zero, I mean, Kid Icarus, you know, you have your usual Mario and Zelda stuff, you know, and Kirby and whatnot, but all these other ones that Nintendo has had, I mean, they really need to get on the ball, and I'm hoping maybe they would actually do that when the Switch releases, that they go back and they explore more of these titles that have not been released, or they just haven't thought about releasing any titles in the series or nothing like that. And this is just one of those exclusives that makes it just special for PlayStation, because PlayStation has always had those great exclusives. They've always had their own little niche. You know, it's kind of like, it kind of seems like they've always been dominant in the JRPG department and other RPG, Western RPGs and whatnot. I think mostly JRPGs for the most part, Japanese role playing games. But and basically this is kind of what this is. It's kind of like an open world action role playing game, if you will. It is freaking amazing. It absolutely is. As like I said before, I can't gush enough about this game. It's gorgeous. Some of the voices are a little you know, but and some people actually, I saw some reviewers were talking about Aloy, the main character, was stating that, oh, she's a bland character. I don't see that at all. I think Aloy is actually a really good character, you know, for who she is, for the way that it's been starting out in the story, and to see where she's going. I don't see any problem with her. I don't think she's bland at all. I mean, it's like I really don't even know what to expect from the gaming community anymore, especially big time reviewers and whatnot reviewing games. It's like what the hell needs to be in a game to make them happy, you know? And it's kind of strange because it seems like some things that I hear them talk about is something that I would never be interested in, but then again, some of the stuff that I am interested in, it's like they're against it's like some of them are with it, but some of them aren't, and but it's weird. It's just kind of strange to me how it is where such a big title comes out and a lot of people are loving it. I'm not specifically talking about this one. I'm talking about just in general. A lot of people grab onto a title and talk about how amazing it is and how great it is and all that. But then again, obviously it's going to boil down to consumers. But when it boils down to big name reviewers and all of that, they're like, oh, well, it's okay. It's all right. Blah, blah, blah. What the hell ever, man. It just kind of gets to me when it comes down to that. And I mean, actually speaking of which, when it comes to things like this, when it deals with games like this in general, it's like some of the podcasts that I used to listen to, like when it just comes to gaming journalism in general and reviews and whatnot, I've pretty much stopped listening to them because it just seems like to me there's just a lot of negativity or bitching that's going on, and everybody's going to have their own thoughts and whatnot, but it just seems like there's so much more of that, and I'm like, I don't know what in the hell these people want to be able to make themselves be entertained. I mean, I know I'm going off a little bit on this, and I'm mainly supposed to be talking about the game, but to me, this kind of encompasses all of that as well. I guess, at least for me anyways, but whatever. But anyways, uh, you guys, if you have a PlayStation 4 or you're going to get a PlayStation 4, or if you've been thinking about a reason to get a PlayStation 4, Horizon Zero Dawn is one of those reasons. This, to me, as of right now, as of right now, um, pardon me, I think, obviously I haven't finished it yet, but I think as of right now, even though I said this was gonna be one of my games of the year, it may, as of right now, from what I can really feel, is my game of the year for now. But this is great. This is amazing. I, you know, go out and buy 2 copies. Go buy this special. Go just get the damn game. Just whatever way. I don't care if you do special edition, collector's edition, whatever. Just get the game. Just go out and get this. Which I was actually really happy when I got this on. I actually got this. GameStop was actually doing it. Sorry, I'm tired. I'm kind of, it's late and I'm trying to keep awake. But they were doing a special release actually. And actually it was announced, I believe, on the PlayStation Blogcast too, about preloading early and getting the game at 9 o'clock, or preloading at 9 o'clock, or something like, I don't know, maybe it was something different with like time zones or something like that. But I found out that the GameStop that I go to was actually going to be releasing it at 9 o'clock Monday evening, and I'm like, oh wow! I was like, shit, I'm going to be there for that. So I went there, was waiting for the game to release, and everybody was standing around there having a lot of nerdy talk and all of that, a whole lot of nerdy talk, and I was just standing there waiting to get the game, and then finally when I got it, I was just like, wow, it's like I just can't wait to go home. I got home and started playing it and playing it and playing it and playing it up until the point where I was like, you know what, I got to go to bed. And surely enough, I did. And actually, today I had been playing it all day long. It's pretty much all day long. And I'm not stopping. I'm just going to keep going, balls out, just pushing right along until because I really want to know all the mysteries of this world. I want to know why this place is the way it is. And I've heard the story is really interesting. The main story is really interesting. Like the side stories are pretty interesting. Knowing it's an open world game, you have your usual tropes and different things you can find and collectibles and other little side missions and yada, yada, yada. But I'm not saying that I will end up doing everything in the game. I would like to, but the way I feel about it, if it interests me, I'm going to do it. If it doesn't, I'm not going to bother with it. But I'm at least going to try. And yeah. So I've been talking for almost 20 freaking minutes about this for the most part. So if this wasn't enough, if this wasn't a good enough reason for you guys to go out and pick up this game, or a reason for you to get a PlayStation 4, then I don't know what is. You know, I mean, this is a milestone achievement for Guerrilla Games. Guerrilla is the guys that did it. I don't know why I said Guerrilla Games. Maybe that's what they're called, Guerrilla Games, or just Guerrilla, or whatever. But yeah, definitely, guys, this game is fucking amazing. Go out and buy it, play it, enjoy it, and thank Guerrilla for to me, the milestone achievement that they have acquired. Because I'm hoping this one sells a whole lot like hotcakes. Because if it does, then you can damn well guarantee that we're going to get a sequel and that it's going to turn into a series. I really do feel that. You know, if the sales numbers are there, probably within, I don't know, maybe the next couple years or something, they'll end up announcing the sequel. And then probably a year or two after, we'll finally get it. Or maybe a year and a half after, whatever. Regardless, though, I mean, I don't know if there's gonna be DLC that'll come out for this or not. Actually, I think there is, or maybe that, I don't know. It doesn't matter. The bottom line is, and I'm not going to talk about that. I'm just talking about it for the fact of extending the life of the game itself. And whatever. The bottom line is, get this, play it, love it, cherish it, and hope and pray, which probably don't really have to hope and pray because the sales numbers are really going to say otherwise, that we'll get a sequel. And I am so ready to know that there's going to be a sequel coming out for this. I mean, with only being 10 hours into it, I wouldn't mind hearing about it sometime later down the road, because I guarantee you it'll be a day one purchase for me, especially if it's what it is now and expanded on it even more. Oh yeah, I really do think that I am. So anyways, I'll shut up running my mouth now, and I will talk at you lovely taters later. Later, taters.